Okay, welcome back. We're doing another grab bag, and I think
Oh, you're kidding. I love the grab bags. Oh, where? Oh, down there?
down there. Yeah.
I even saw one.
Saw
of
one.
them.
Yeah, I saw that right off the
Wow.
bat. But that's
I don't
okay.
want to
Well,
say that I saw Chad and Jeremy, but I think I did.
Well, let's start right there. Okay, so
Does that record have Yesterday's Gone on it? I don't think so.
so-
World Without Love. That was a
World-
big one
World
for
Without
them.
Love, yeah.
Ooh, they may have only put one hit on each record.
kind of sometimes yes.
But they
Yes,
do that,
they do
yeah.
that.
These record, with these companies are just
Yeah,
devils.
and they would get little ones from Paul McCartney, right?
Uh-huh.
Was there some connection here? I thought, or am I thinking of Chad and Jeremy? But I always like to get these two groups confused.
Well, you can stay confused, and I won't even act like I know anything.
Oh, great. Peter Asher, right? I'm not.
Who became a big record producer, especially of Linda
What's
Ronstadt.
that? Yeah, that's where my brain was at. Okay.
A Factoid.
I am, but I did pull it out.
Without a hit. This record does not even have a hit
True
on
Love
it.
Ways? No.
No. You know what?
Crying in the Rain.
I was pleasantly surprised that Peter and Gordon showed up on the last PBS musical of the British invasion that was on a TV series. It was like an hour show.
Right.
And it gets rebroadcast every year over and over and over. And it's been out for like, 10 years at least.
Do you remember the title of that one?
No, I don't.
Okay. 'Cause
Rock
I know
Stars
there's-
of the 60s, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I know they have a
But
soul one.
I think it was called the British Invasion.
Yeah.
It was only it had the zombies on it, for instance. And
Oh, yeah, I
other
remember
groups.
that.
Yeah,
The
this
zombies.
was all those groups.
And here's one more by Peter and Gordon.
That was a hit, Lady
Lady
Godiva.
Godiva.
Well, that was a hit.
I always liked this one. I remember searching for this one a little bit and then finally coming across it.
Good find there.
And
You're kind of covered on this group.
I think I am kind of covered on. Well, I like that. I like the Beatles, and I like.
You know, if there's any record store owners out there, my brother's got this kind of covered. If you'd like to contact him,
Probably it's going to be a.
you know, money persuades him. I've seen it in the past.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen him persuaded.
So let's go next. How about Gene Pitney?
Well, you know, I have a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if I have every Gene Pitney record, and you shouldn't, because what's really remarkable about Gene Pitney is that he had this song, Town Without Pity,
Town Without Pity. Yeah.
and above and beyond that, Nobody Really Cares. And that was a one-hit wonder, really. I'm sure there was some other minor things that came along.
I don't know. I'm looking here. This one's the Big 16. The Ship, True Love, Goodbye. 24 Hours from Tulsa. Only Love Can Break a Heart.
Now, no, wait a minute. Now, that one,
That's
he
for
did
Backrack.
make a hit out of
Oh,
that
he
one.
did. Okay. Not Responsible. Teardrop by Teardrop. Down a Mean Heartbreak. Aladdin's Lamp. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Now that one was a hit.
Yeah. Give him credit for that.
Oh, okay. All right. And then
Though it's a cheesy song, but okay.
well,
You
yeah, I think you're
you
right.
have to call it.
I think that's about it.
Yeah,
'Cause there
that's
isn't the rest of them I kind of looking at. No, not really. But,
You know, you could take these two records into a record store and they'd say, please, remove them from the counter. This is hurting my reputation. Just even seeing them in my store.
Wow.
That's bad.
How about this band?
Good reputation. Good reputation. A lot of good. Jim Messina's was in this band. And
Richie Furay.
yeah, and he was original member of the Buffalo Springfield. So a lot of people love this. I see it's a double-sided record
Double
too,
record, yeah.
four sides,
Yeah.
and a lot of people seek out this record. And this is a fairly good record to have. It's got a lot
Timothy
of
D.
good stuff on
Schmidt
it.
was in this group too. Which, another
Ooh,
Eagles.
I love him.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we don't know the other two.
Yeah, I'm
Paul
looking at
Cotton
that.
and George Grantham.
Yeah.
But
or Rusty Young.
no,
No,
I don't.
not grabbing either of us.
No.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Poco. They had some fun music. A
Well,
little more
I
laid
tell you
back.
what, when I was selling the Dizzy record collection on Massey Music,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a series of Poco records, I noticed that they all went for good money.
Oh, there
and
you go.
they had a lot of bidding on them. So that's my experience with that group.
Others,
I know that a lot of people are very fond of it.
There's a lot of artists that you get into and you want to hear more. So if you get into the Eagles, you want to hear a little bit more of something like that, and it's the same thing I'm thinking about with Corey Stills Nash. You start listening to
The Hollies or
or I was thinking of Manassas. Or some of those offshoots where they
Right.
played together and
Neil Young's Crazy Horse.
yeah. So how about this guy?
I don't recognize who it is.
This is Iggy Pop
Ooh,
and the Stooges, Raw Power.
that's a good question. If I put up a picture of Iggy Pop in a record store, how many people would be able to identify him? I don't know.
He still tours and stuff. So
Looks like the guy could have
he still
eaten a
takes his shirt
little
off.
bit more at mealtime. He's a pretty slender guy.
Yeah, and again, this is that time period where they were, putting on makeup. If you see his face, he's got lipstick on and eyeshadow and.
Like the Lou Reed one we had
Right.
recently, and
Right.
we've mentioned that
Or-
David Bowie went in.
Or look at these pants, right? If I can get it there, a little bit of his pants
Well,
are pink and
They're a little low, we
a
might
little low
say.
cut. Yeah.
Just a quarter inch above the crotch.
Well, there you go. Yeah, and this back shot, you can see that a little bit too.
Well, let's hear the
energetic,
title. Tell me the
Search
title.
and destroy. Give me danger. Your pretty face is going to hell.
Whoa! Can't you imagine me in a romantic pose?
No.
And I'm looking fondly into the woman's eyes, and I really think I'm getting somewhere, and I go, "You're what?"
Your pretty face is going to hell.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Raw power. I need somebody. Shake appeal. I believe you might need somebody. When it comes with those kind of lines, death trip and shake appeal. Interesting artist. One you'd have to. I haven't dug as deep. This is I think the only one I have of his. I think they're harder to find.
Let's
Definitely
just
think
call
they're harder to
call
find.
that a new genre, gothic rock.
Gothic rock.
Yeah.
It might have been the start of punk and that kind of thing as well. So how about this band?
Listen, I have such a soft spot for Gary Booker and the plight of Procol Harum. I loved all their albums. There's about 7, 8 of them.
I got a bunch of them too.
Salty Dog is probably even, in my mind, better than the initial self-titled album, Procol Harum. Salty Dog, to me, is like an opera.
But this does have a whiter shade of pale.
I know, and that is a great song,
Okay.
but maybe overplayed.
Conquistador?
Well, yeah, but on British radio, the most played record in FM rock radio
Okay.
is The Whiter Shade of Pale.
That's a long one too.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would get as
Yeah,
many
no,
plays.
it's-
Maybe
it's-
there's just a lot of DJs that have to go to the restroom.
Yeah.
Throw in a long tune.
But they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm talking to you, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Get it together, guys. Get it
Come
together.
on. Oh boy, you got another winner here, Carl Perkins, another man to love. Oh,
Yeah, Blue Suede Shoes, Honey Don't. I mean, the Beatles covered Honey Don't.
they idolized Carl
everybody
Perkins.
trying to be my baby.
They did a concert with him, and if you get a video of that concert, which is available on the internet very easily, and you can see the whole thing. Eric Clapton's on that show as well, and a lot of other
I think
guitar
maybe
greats.
I have seen some of that.
Yeah. So anyway,
Matchbox.
right, but Carl Perkins never really got his due because everybody else could make a hit out of his music, but not him.
Yeah.
But it still got his name out and about, and he never really got to play or anything close to an arena or anything,
Right.
So, but if you watch him on the video of where he has George Harrison and the
backing group.
right, but his own group was solid, and I had a double CD that I owned of all the a pretty complete Carl Perkins' work. Mm-hmm. It was fantastic. It's really rockabilly,
And I like some of his old.
and that's
old
why
videos.
he's kind of falls into the country
Right.
category, which hurt him as well.
Right. Well, it's like his.
He was kind of thought of as country and western.
Right. You see the
When
black and white
rock and
films.
roll people were like, take that category and remove it. He's rock.
Yeah, but seeing him doing blue suede shoes back in the late 50s or early 60s and in black and white, he's kind of dancing around to it and stuff.
We can't forget how Elvis treated that song either. I mean, Elvis really made that into a big hit.
Big hit. But yeah, and here's the one with Carl Perkins and NRBQ. So, if you're looking for something a little more update and different, there's.
I love
one more.
NRBQ. I have to go slowly over that. I think it, again, underappreciated, but a very excellent band.
Right.
Excellent. If you can get NRBQ at Yankee Stadium to hear them live, because they were a band that you really needed to hear live.
Oh. Yeah, I could see them on like late night TV, either on Letterman or what was it, Saturday? No, it's called something Late Night Saturday or something like that.
Was it hosted by
Late
David
music.
Sanborn?
Sometimes, but it was also I'm going to blink on this guy, but he's done things with Rod Stewart as of late, and he was in Squeeze.
Jules Holland.
Thank you.
Dizzy comes up it right out of the frontal lobe.
God.
Oh, and you know what the interesting thing about that is they're kind of doing the oldies show in the way that they're bringing back very old popular tunes from 40s, 50s, nothing from the 60s, 70s. This is really older music.
Now who are we talking about? Right?
I'm talking about Jules Holland.
Jules
and
Holland.
he's with
Oh yeah, Jules Holland doing blues stuff
with Rod Stewart.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Also he's
Kind of a
he's been
piano
kinda
thing
yeah,
going.
but he's been kind of doing that for a while with
Yeah.
other musicians as well.
Yeah.
And those Jules Holland records they're great. I mean, mostly on CD, but they're all great. And I enjoyed them with Squeeze too. And also I just appreciate him for the fact that he had that late night music show where he just brought in all sorts of different musicians and had them jam together or separately. So that was Carl Perkins and NRBQ, and let's go.
I would mention, it makes me jog my memory that Bill Wyman,
no jogging here.
who left the Rolling Stones, has put out quite a bit of his own material since on, he had one, it was like a 3 CD set of his own band, and it was more, he's a student of blues, and he's written books on blues. And
I know he did things during the Rolling Stones career, but I didn't know after the Rolling Stones he's been doing more of it.
oh, he's been prolific.
Okay.
And again, underappreciated, and has put out valuable music.
Okay, for our last record today, we have Barefootin' by Robert Parker. Okay, Dizzy, let's hear some.
Wait a minute. Now I know Robert Palmer, but Robert Parker.
Robert Parker.
I'm gonna pass.
Oh man, Barefootin'?
Yeah, well, I remember the song Barefootin'.
Oh, okay.
If you want to, Barefootin', Barefootin'. You know what this reminds me of, and I've noticed this over and over throughout my adult life, how you can use one little catchy word or something and repeat it 25 times, maybe even in a row, and people will gobble that record up. Gotta have it. Barefootin'.
My Sharona.
I'm just like, I can't get enough of that.
Yeah, I always like that tune. So, that's why it's in my collection. So, that's it for today. I'd like to just say,
Well, I'll say it. I'll say it.
go ahead.
Hey, thanks for watching. And if you have any comments, please, we really do appreciate comments. So right below here, just type in, whether you like it, dislike it.
Does he need to comb
Want
his
us
hair?
to,
Whatever.
you know what happened in the last video? Our last video, someone said, could we do the best of the psychedelic era of San Francisco.
You could do 5 of them or something.
Yeah, like maybe my
Your 5.
favorites or your favorites.
Right.
And they're coming up real soon.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can't wait.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you out?
Have you picked my 5?
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right. Champ out.
Dizzy out. Bye.